so much fucked up shit to get into. Welcome back to Little Stinkers, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey here with my brother Jon Delcollo.
Hello.
Jacob from Mattera.
Bing, bing.
We're dedicating this episode to the honor of Wet and Juicy Jeff Simmons, who is changing the flat tire of his lovely wife.
He is in the rain with nothing but a cotton t-shirt.
Oh, my God.
Changing a tire on the side of the road, and he's been there for hours, and he doesn't have the heart to call AAA or tell anybody that he doesn't know how to change a tire. And no one has stopped because it's raining. So it's hard to get assistance when it's raining.
It is. So our goal is to tear through this episode, hit the streets, and then try to race up to where his wife's car broke down and splash him.
Go pop all the other 3 tires. We all got our knives, right? Dude, to pop out and all of us stab one tire.
Dude, stabbing tires has always been a violent fantasy of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Like just doing a little poke or doing like a slash?
Just poking them enough to ruin them.
Yeah.
Even the switchblade.
Just really ruin somebody's day. Ooh, no, I would take it out because I don't want to get stabbed with it.
Yeah.
And fingerprints.
Yeah.
They could get you on those.
That's another fantasy, the fingerprints. But
to fingerprints.
yeah.
Well, hopefully you're in his section of heaven.
I just want to kiss. But Jake, what I really want to get into is wishing you a continued happy Christmas month.
Oh.
It rolls on.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. And it just doesn't show any signs of slowing down. Here we're in week 4, and it's not stopping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps going on like one of those processions of Mexicans over the border.
You think they're celebrating Christmas month?
They are, yeah.
C.
There we go.
RIS. Christmas. But man, it just keeps getting better and better week by week. You know, it just keeps heating up. I find new Chris's.
You're out looking for Chris's.
Yeah, I'm just screaming, Chris! Chris! And they just pop out of all kinds of different hiding places. And I try to say hello and give a little kiss to each Chris I come across.
It's Kiss Month.
It is.
Oh, wow.
Man, Merry Kiss Month to all my Chris months.
You can do anything you want to Chris's during Chris month.
Such a great idea to just scream Chris until you hear of a story about one. Yeah. That's how you learned about Chris Dorner? You just screamed Chris until someone gave you a dossier on him.
Somebody finally responded to, "What that Chris do?"
Dude, relative to that, did you watch the Bin Laden documentary on Netflix?
Not yet. I'm probably
really
gonna start
great
tonight.
Oh, dude, it'll get you fired up, man. But there's one part, and I remember hearing this before, and I read it in one guy's book, No Easy Day, one of the SEALs who was there, the guy who claims he killed him. He says there was a point when they were going up the house where Bin Laden's brother was like, he poked his head out, and they knew it was him. And I forget the guy's name. It was like fucking Abdul or something like that. They called his name again, and he looked down.
That's in Zero Dark 30.
Dude.
Yeah. Wait, they show the actual footage of that?
No. Like a lot of like what they use is a recreation, but they're like they're speaking about it again, and it's like they recognized him. He ran upstairs, and the guy had the wherewithal to just be like, "Oh, that's so and so," and he called his name again, and he was like, And they killed him.
Whoa, they did a peek of Bin Laden.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Damn. Yeah, I guess that guy was played by Chris.
Whoa.
Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Maybe he could be in Chris Month one day.
Oh, serendipitous.
Yeah.
Serendipitous.
There's been some Chris stuff coming out about Chris Pratt a little bit too, about his breakup with his wife Anna Faris.
Ah, it's a shame.
Yeah, a lot of stuff there that will probably come out later.
Oh no.
True. Yeah. There's always hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he's not as cool as he was 15 years ago when his career was starting.
I mean, you know what? That's just a thing for everyone out there. Don't lose weight. All right?
Yeah, stay fat. Nobody will ever question anything you do.
Don't get in shape. That's why I'm not doing it. I would be such a fucking pill if I did that.
Yeah, dude.
Should we flip this motherfucker and figure out if we're doing Christmas?
Yeah,
We should, because I got a Chris raring to go, but I know you like to talk about your jokers, so I'm prepared for that as well.
We just have to play by the rules. And The rolls. You won.
Chris month rolls on.
Yay! Boiled goose for everyone.
Jake, why would you say boiled goose?
Didn't we say goose last time?
We did say that, yeah.
We boil goose, we hang it as
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, we did say that, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing good stuff. We were being so
Yeah, I
good.
forgot about that, but now that you mention it,
We always do goose stuff.
it's actually a nice coincidence because in this story there's a boiled rooster.
What?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I love me some fucking yard bird, baby. Heat it up, chop it up, chicken time.
So the guy that was doing the boiling is tonight's stinker, a fellow by the name of Chris Gay. Lil Houdini.
Say what?
A little Houdini boy by the name of Chris Gay.
Chris Lil Houdini Gay.
Yes. Lil Houdini Gay. His family called him Murdoch. So
Hey, you
Murdoch
see me?
Gay.
Now I'm gay.
Murdoch Gay, Lil Houdini, ass Chris.
Wow, so many nicknames.
I know, yeah.
Why did the family call him Murdoch?
They were just brutally poor, and I think when you're brutally poor, you gravitate towards nicknames to have some kind of ownership over something.
You make up a nickname, and that helps you forget that you're hungry.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Jake, this Christmas was born in Coffee County, Tennessee. I know.
That's nice.
Does sound it does
Coffee County.
Yeah, that's a nice it would fit nice on a container of cheese.
Cheese, yeah.
Yeah, coffee, Jake, is what I was going for. But he was born in Coffee County in either 74 or 75. I couldn't find an exact date for this guy's birthday, which was weird.
I like that.
And I think part of it was because they were so poor that there was very little documentation on what life was like for them.
In the 70s in this part of Tennessee?
Yeah, buddy.
My God.
Oh, man, they did so much out in the woods, man. It would make...
These are Appalachian
blush.
folks.
I don't know if that
Let
mountain
me
range
get a-
rolls
let me
through
get a
there.
visual on Coffee
Yeah.
County.
But you'll like this, Jake. The road that they grew up on was called Buckeye Bottom Road, and they were known as the Buckeye Bottom Gays.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's what they would do.
Good for them.
The Buckeye Bottom Gays. That is not a team you want to meet in the playoffs.
Oh, they're in the middle.
You're
They're in
gonna
the
get
middle.
spanked.
Really?
They're in farmland.
Okay.
Yeah. Coffee County. Ooh, oh, they're right. That's where Manchester is. That's where Bonnaroo is.
Interesting.
Huh. Wonder if this guy ever felt my privates while he was trying to pat me in. Yeah, he doesn't even work here.
Jake, they were so poor they had to do their laundry in the creek.
Man.
Yeah. You ever been that broke?
No.
I have not. I have had to go to a laundromat.
Sucks
but
dick, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Dude, lugging your shit to the laundromat is one of the raging indignities of being hard up for money.
You know how to make it worse? You
Weighing
didn't.
200 extra pounds.
You didn't realize that your fucking washer was broken until it wouldn't spin, so you had to take
Oh, you got to take wet shit?
Oh,
soaking
no.
wet. Not even like damp, like
For real?
like 3 times as heavy as it would be, 5 times as heavy as it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that once in South Philly. That was a bummer.
So there were 4 kids in this family: Terry, Eddie, Chris, and Leanne. Terry, Eddie, and Chris were boys, and Leanne was a lady. And Terry didn't have a nickname. I think Terry's good enough. But Chris was Murdoch, and Eddie was Cotton. Cotton
Murdoch
Gay.
and Cotton Gay. Murdoch Gay. It's hard. That does not roll off the tongue.
Murdoch Gay?
Yeah.
Cotton Gay does.
Yes, it does.
Where did you come from? Where did you blow? Who did you blow? Cotton Gay. This was just a little tidbit of information I found that when they were growing up, all 4 kids had to sleep in the same bed. How about that, Jake?
On some fucking Charlie Bucket grandparentship.
Yeah, dude, that's not fun.
And it's 3 raging rockin' boner boys and one supple sister.
Of the supple sister gays.
Hey, supple sister.
Do you have inside information enough to know whether they were doing head to toe?
I don't. That's a great question, though.
Yeah.
You really come up with some good questions.
I'm trying to visualize all these young guys in bed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. One thing I do know, though, is there was a funny story about the sister Leanne talking about one time she had a stomach ache, and her brother Terry said to eat a piece of notebook paper, and that would make the stomach ache go away.
Did it work?
No evidence that it did or did not.
Okay.
So who knows?
I'm going to try that next time I'm out of Pepto.
Yeah.
CYS would often come out to check on the kids because they know they had a fucked up situation. And anytime the mom heard a car coming onto their property, she would send the kids to run out the back door.
Whoa.
So CYS never got to investigate the
They
kids.
had like a whole.
They want to get one-on-one and ask the kids questions is their goal.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then once they're out the back door, they are unfindable.
Yeah, she had like a drill to get them out of the house. That's crazy.
No fire drill, just a CYS drill.
Cotton and Murdoch, they got into stealing at a young age. They have to, Jake. They have nothing. There was one quote from Murdoch Gay, Chris Gay, his stepfather. He said, "Chris never had nothing, but he always wanted something." It's like, yeah, no shit, man. The guy's got fucking nothing. You want things.
Yeah.
It does sound smart until you break it down.
Yeah. When you really think about it, actually.
And you realize that it's a dumb Southerner that's saying it.
Jake, how do you feel about the South?
Oh, man, I love this.
They were right.
What?
You think they were right, correct?
About what?
No. About chicken, man.
I love chicken.
Kentucky Fried.
Kentucky Fried.
Have you
Southern
nailed all the
fried.
spices? Could you piece together all the spices without looking at a recipe?
Absolutely not. I would guess salt, pepper, parsley, oregano,
Cumin.
thyme.
Cumin's in there.
I'm
cumin's in
too
there.
busy coming to count cumin.
Paprika. So that's 7 there. What else would they put in there?
I think we just found another one of the Buckeye Bottom gays.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7. I think you might be right about 7. If you can't, you shouldn't be able to guess all 11.
Nah.
Yeah.
I just got 4
Probably
more.
something fucking nuts in there, like cinnamon or like coriander or star anise.
Or the Colonel's actual nuts.
Colonel's nuts.
Colonel's Nuts. Seasonal blend.
At ease, soldier. But Cotton and fucking Murdoch start getting in trouble as little young boys who share beds. And the first thing that they start stealing is chickens. Makes sense, right? You're fucking starving. You see fucking dinner fucking prancing around the yard, egging you on.
No harm, no foul, you know?
It's insane for them to be growing up like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
In the mid 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, he was born in 70, so this is like the 80s by the time he's stealing chickens from yards.
Yeah, it wasn't like fucking overalls up to your fucking calf, calling everybody Paul.
Yeah. I feel like they were like the village, like the fucking Shyamalan village. They probably didn't see a car until 1994.
Which is ironic because he starts stealing cars.
Oh.
Yeah, he becomes a pretty accomplished thief. But back to the stealing chickens.
A coop?
Oh my God, I love that, Jake. Damn. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, we'll try.
Put that on a chicken t-shirt. But he and his brother start stealing chickens, and when cops start investigating these chicken thefts, they go to the gay property, and they notice the gay boys boiling a chicken over a tire fire.
The gay guys.
Yeah, the gay guys.
Over a tire fire?
Yeah.
And just
Oh my
having it
God.
just lathered in that rubber.
Mm.
No, not. That's
No,
bad.
it isn't. No, because, well, yeah, I guess fumes. But look, man, chicken's chicken.
Chicken is chicken, but that debris is hitting the bird, bro.
The 11th spice.
Yeah, rubber.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
But Jake, they got a nasty ass uncle who's really ruining these boys.
What's Uncle Gay doing?
Uncle Gay is making these boys steal items for him out of people's sheds, and he's prying them with beer and weed.
Oh.
Little boys.
Well, how little are these guys?
How little is too little for you?
To be bribed with booze?
Mm-hmm.
11.
They're around that age. Oh, man, something sad about that age, too. They're 10 and 11, and at one point when they're 10 or 11, they make a suicide pact.
Oh, my
Jesus.
God.
And they got a little .22 rifle, and the pact was the older brother, I think Chris was the older one, he was going to shoot Cotton and then take the gun and then turn the gun on himself. But they couldn't do it. They couldn't go through with it.
At
He was
10 years old, their life is this bleak.
10 and 11, they were that fucked
Suicide
up over not
pact.
having anything.
That's
Oh, so it wasn't if in a couple years we still
No,
can't
it was at 10 and 11 where they're
gonna-
just
yeah.
like, we're fucking starving and we're getting in trouble for stealing
trying to
chickens.
eat.
Yeah. But the uncle starts ruining them, and he starts plying them with drugs and alcohol, Jake. And eventually they graduate to stealing bikes, to stealing ATVs, to stealing cars. And the police, they quickly gain a reputation. They know it's them, and they start setting booby traps in the woods for the police. So they tried to, anytime police are on the verge of chasing them, they'll try to lead them down a specific path. And one of their tricks was they would set up barbed wire traps
No way.
for police to run into.
for their cars to pop tires, or for like the on foot police.
No, for police to actually chase them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's gonna piss a fucking cop off, dude. Damn, could you imagine just running into an invisible barbed wire? Oh my god,
That would suck.
that is so
They
fucking
just
painful.
they skip that whole step of like where they step in the rope and pulls them upside down. They just went right to barbed wire, man.
And there was one thing that he constructed that really cracked me up was he cut a hole in the bottom in the flooring of the trailer, which led to it was an escape hatch. So he would hide in this hatch when police came a knocking for him.
Whoa. So he had a CYS drill and a police drill. Mm-hmm. Was he still living at home like at this time, or was he with Uncle Gay?
He was,
He's still just a guy, right?
yes,
Yeah.
just guys. And we had a debate on the last little Snickers live stream.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was.
We were talking about the kind of guys that Jeffrey Jones and Pee Wee Herman were into. And John claims they were 14-year-old boys. I say 14-year-old guys.
Hey, tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato,
One-
tomato.
Well,
The cops are aware of both of us.
one's ripe and one isn't.
As if things couldn't get any worse for these kids, the mom eventually bails on them for a new guy. The dad's in and out. The dad, he was a moonshine runner, so he's in and out. So after a while, these kids are just fending for themselves.
Wow.
And as they get older, the mom does keep in touch with them, but she just says, fuck this. I don't want to be a mom anymore. I just want to get out and get plowed by a new guy. Still keeps in contact with these kids.
Hey, how you doing?
You up? You up boiling chickens?
Sorry, I just got done getting plowed by new guy.
New gay? No, new guy.
One of the other things that Leanne says that they would do as kids is they would oftentimes have to split a single potato for dinner.
I would eat my siblings.
Yeah.
I would eat my siblings so fast.
Bro, you know you're breaking out a ruler to cut that potato. Mm-hmm. And you are weighing it. You spent $10 on a fucking potato scale? That's 200 potatoes.
They said it was half off.
Man, that's when you got to get one of the siblings to get a job at a fast food place. You know, on the inside. Sneaking that extra food out.
I bet you they were 3 bus transfers from a fast food place
yeah.
where they grew
Yeah.
up.
My God, I couldn't imagine. Imagine being born into that, Jake.
That'd be rough, man.
I know, buddy. You poor thing. Just picturing about you having to split a potato with somebody. I don't even want to think of that, John.
Splitting a gay potato 4 ways.
Getting baked.
Talking about getting French fried.
Oh, honey, I got scalloped.
Yeah, this motherfucker got scalloped, French fried, and julienne. I disagree, Jake. I don't think it's a disgusting lifestyle. But what I really wanted to say is that the mom still stays in their lives, and there's a point where Chris, he starts getting pops for a lot of the things that he's stealing. And there's one point where he gets caught stealing cars in Georgia, and his mother finds out about it. She's on her way to Georgia to go visit him in jail. She gets to this prison in Georgia. They're just like, yeah, he escaped. She's like, what do you mean he's escaped? And she said, well, ma'am, when a man breaks free of the shackles that are imposed by the state, we call that an escape. And
That's not what I meant. He is focused on her vocabulary and not the gaping hole in their prison.
And then he says, ma'am, allow me to clarify. And let me just clarify my statement on clarify. Clarify ain't just an allergy medication, okay? What I meant was your son is no longer here, Jake.
Oh my God, he's dead?
So she drives all the way to fucking Georgia. He's not there. She goes back home, and guess who's sitting in her living room watching TV? Chris Gay.
Georgia's newest fugitive.
Now, he claims that throughout his entire criminal career that he's escaped from jail and or prison or custody 13 times. There were 8 times where it's been documented. So he may be joshing a little bit, but he is getting away.
Good for him.
I mean, 8's nothing to shake a stick at. So
It's not.
I believe him about 13.
I understand the Houdini.
Yeah, a little Houdini.
Little Houdini.
He wasn't really that short in stature. I think he's 5'6". I've watched.
That's little Houdini.
I know, but still, like when
How little you got to be little Houdini?
I think 5'4".
Yeah, 5'4".
I think 5'4". 5'6" is almost a real man. Listen, 12-year-old guys, 5'6", real men.
Jesus God.
We're rewriting the book on masculinity tonight.
Is he still a young guy in these prison escapes, or is he in his 20s at this point?
No. He's late teens, approaching
He's
20s.
still the young low guy.
I think so too. Yeah, and oftentimes one of the reasons why they call him Little Houdini is because he's got little hands and little wrists, so it's easy for him to slip out of handcuffs and
Oh
shackles.
my God, he was born to be little Houdini.
Yeah, he was.
He's an outlier.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, I think there was a chapter on him in Gladwell's
there
book.
was. Yeah. The Buckeye Bottom Gaze by Malcolm Gladwell. But he gets out a bunch of times, Jake, and he's sitting in the fucking living room watching TV. And this is kind of sweet too. It's like he never hurts anybody when he commits any of these crimes or escapes. I think that's noteworthy, and I think there's something to be said for somebody who's dedicated themselves to a life of crime but never hurts anyone.
Yeah.
Are we looking at a murder-free episode?
It is.
Oh my God!
Yeah, this is just grand theft.
Oh, I can breathe easy.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Were you trying to fan me off?
I don't know what I was trying
Am
to
I
do.
schwitzing?
Are you okay with the incest or the implied incest?
Mike, if there wasn't going to be any incest in this episode, I was going to lose my fucking mind.
What are we even doing?
But he's always he never hurts anybody. But on top of this, he does nice shit. During one of his escapes, he actually, during the escape, he volunteers at a Nashville homeless center, and he helps dish out fucking dinner.
That's very nice.
I mean, they're never looking at a soup kitchen
I know.
employee.
Yeah.
I bet you he's
Like-
not splitting a potato there.
Oh my God, true.
Yeah.
Do you get a free bowl of soup if you
If you volunteer,
at a soup kitchen?
probably have to show some paperwork to say you need that bowl of soup.
Okay.
I don't think so. I actually volunteered at a soup kitchen one night, and I don't think I got offered food.
Okay.
Well, it's not for you.
I
Yeah, it
know,
would
but
make
still,
sense. I
the
would think there
gesture
would be some
counts.
left over.
Yeah.
There's
I just thought
definitely
at the end of the
leftovers.
day-
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of that's probably getting thrown out.
Yeah, they're like,
And that's a sin to waste.
not for you, volunteers. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
What we ended up doing with the leftover pot of soup is we played a little. It's called the end of the night prank. There's typically a whole cauldron of soup left, and we tell people come knock and saying, "Hey, is there any more left?" And we say, "There's no more." And as they turn away, we dump the cauldron of soup over them like they just won the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but what they just won is a first class visit to the burn unit.
It's the oldest trick in the homeless book.
I'm going to the ICU.
You know, I know I'm not allowed to talk about this, but it does remind me of Impractical Joker's final challenge,
What was it?
where Q is volunteering at a like a Phil Abundance-esque thing where they're filling bags for homeless families,
Nice.
and his challenge is to
Eat the food.
continually open and eat the food.
Yes. I remember
They,
What do you mean?
they are getting so fucking mad at him, and he's like, "Please don't make me do this again." He's just like, "Please don't make me." They're like, "All right, eat those cookies right there." Oh, classic!
It's kind of awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is classic. What the hell did you do?
I'm looking for Bud. Did I let him in?
I thought he laughed when we opened the door back. Did you hear something?
No, I just wanted to make sure he didn't jump out the window.
He went to Wawa, I think.
Is there a way for him to jump out?
I didn't.
One of my other cats had burst through a screen in there a
You
couple
got
years
escapes
back.
on the brain.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, this motherfucker's in my head now.
You think your
long
cat's
as-
a little gay guy? What do you think?
Yeah.
Meow Rock Gay. That's his name. But Jake, this is very sweet. At a certain point, Chris Gaye meets a lovely lady by the name of Missy Klein. Missy is a great lower income name.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, you know it's going to be very difficult for that baby to climb out of poverty.
Top shelf, low class.
Yeah. What do you think's worse? Misty is worse than Missy.
Yes. Yeah.
Missy can get a job and move her way up in a corporation. Misty is going to be on the ground floor.
Yeah, it's like you got a T in there, but somehow with that extra letter, you're still even worse off. This is very sweet, though, Jake. When they met, Misty says she got Chris Gaye's attention by sitting around a fire and throwing rocks at him with her toes.
God,
isn't that lovely?
Tennessee love, dude.
Hello, that's a Romeo and Juliet fucking back then.
Chris Stapleton song.
Was that in Tennessee, or is he flip-flopping in between Georgia and Tennessee at this
Great point. I don't know where they fell in love, but they end up having 2 kids, and by 1994, he just bails on them for good.
Dude.
And it's very fucked up because he says that he's going to take the one little girl out for Halloween, and she goes outside. She's waiting on the steps in her Halloween costume.
Dressed as Lil or Houdini.
Yes. All shackled.
Yeah, to his credit, it was probably May. Just wait outside, honey.
Oh, he's the only one who had the key.
Yeah, brother. So from like 94 to 2007, he's just dicking around, mostly the South, stealing shit, getting arrested, going to jail, going to prison for a little bit, and
avoiding his family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't until 2007 where he really pops up big, Jake. He escapes in South Carolina. So he's headed to Alabama, but he's on a bus where they're like picking up other prisoners along the way.
Okay.
And he tells the fucking deputy that he's got to stop at a rest stop because he's got to throw up. Now, his plan is he finds out that his mother's got cancer and she's probably going to be dead soon. So his plan is to escape at this rest stop, make his way back to Tennessee, and go visit his mom. They let him out at the rest stop. He ends up getting away.
Deputy fucking dumbass, dude.
It truly is, man.
How have you not heard this
Dumas.
one?
But in his defense, he's probably got a lot of guys he's got to watch after. And, you know, but you got a guy with a history of fucking escape.
Yeah, you got Lil Houdini.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you seriously got Lil Houdini, man?
Yeah, you don't got little stationary.
The sergeant comes down. What do you mean escaped? Well, it's when a man escapes from it. They really just hung up on the definition down there.
It's when a man doesn't love his jail anymore. So he ends up making it back to Tennessee. All right. And he's going back to his mother's property. He notices that the place is surrounded by cops. They're waiting for him.
Damn it. This is like a scene from Catch Me If You Can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
it really is Catch Me If You Can esque. He ends up in Nashville.
Catch Me If You Can.
I like that one, Jake. So he ends up in Nashville, and he's trying to find a hotel for the night. And there's a hotel that he comes across, and there's a it's like next to this place where like they have all these like these tour buses, and it's gated off. And the guy says, "Oh, are you here for Crystal Gayle's tour bus, which is a country singer?" And he's like, yeah." So he's like, "Oh yeah, this is your bus," and he lets him on the bus, and he's got full access to this bus, and he can drive it wherever the fuck he wants. He drives off with this fucking bus.
He's the opening act now. It's crazy.
So he takes the bus down to Daytona.
Whoa,
dude! So he goes. From,
is it like
forgot about Mom real quick?
Is it wrapped with this lady's name on it?
No, I don't think so. No, it's like no, it's definitely not. No, you can see it. They show it pulling into the Daytona Speedway because he's a big NASCAR guy, and the Daytona 500 is happening this weekend where he steals this tour bus.
Oh my god!
So he's like, "Fuck it, man! I'm gonna go see if I can get into the race."
Imagine running from the lawn, ending up at the Super Bowl. That's incredible.
And there's security cam footage where they show the bus turning into the lot, and like they end up waving him in. So he pulls into Daytona 500, and it's one of the days, a few days before they're loading all the shit in there, and he's got to deal with cops to get in there. Mm-hmm. And the one cop's like, "Can I help you?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a member of Tony Stewart's team on with Joe Gibbs Racing," and the cop buys his story. He ends up giving him a VIP parking pass so he can go park it with all the other buses. Because he's got this VIP pass, they give him a golf cart for the weekend, And he said he took the golf cart around the track just to be able to say that he rode around the Daytona Speedway.
In a golf
They
cart.
let him do that?
I don't know if they let him, but I think everybody's just busy doing all kinds of other shit that they don't really give a fuck.
No one is in charge specifically of keeping golf carts off of the track. So you just get to do it. Yeah, actually, Rick did to go 25. You had to pull the governor a little bit.
Off with the pace car this year.
But by the next day, word gets out that this lady's bus is missing. And they start putting 2 and 2 together, so he fucking takes off.
Where was the bus stolen from? I'm sorry.
Tennessee.
Okay.
From his mom's, like near his mom's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he made it pretty far. It's not. That's
Daytona.
It's got to be 8 hours, maybe.
So he takes off in the bus. So he takes off, and he makes it to a local motel. And his story is that he's asking these lot lizards for directions. And I believe him. I believe he's really just trying to get away, but you know, the natural insinuation is that he's trying to pick up a hooker.
Yeah. I mean, if she can give me directions while she's sucking my dick, I think we got a talented lady here.
Jake, that's not funny, man. You don't have to laugh at that, man. It's.
I think it's a nice 2 birds, 1 stone.
Jake, it turns out that the hooker that he's talking to is a police officer.
No.
And he happens to drive into a police prostitution sting.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man.
Fuck. Was every lizard on the lot a cop that day?
I don't know, but this
Every lizard
particular
was a pig.
lizard. Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful T-shirt too, Jake.
Don't get your pig lizarded at Daytona.
But this was a big deal, and everybody has a big goof at his expense. It's like, man, you're living the dream. You stole a country singer's thing. You went down to do something you've always wanted to do, and you got to live the good life for a day.
Yeah.
And they ended up he was on his way to Alabama prison when he escaped, and like they sent him to that Alabama prison. And in March of 2009, he's being transported once again. And the deputy who's in charge of watching him tells the driver to pull over. He wants to go in and get some Waffle House. While the deputy's in getting Waffle House, he ends up escaping again.
Oh, my God.
Dude,
Yep.
did this guy write a book or
Alabama
something?
getaway.
He's still alive.
Yeah, look at that.
He's still alive.
Is there any
What?
like how the fuck is he getting out of these buses every time? These transports.
I don't know.
And
I think
how is nobody else escaping with him?
I think they're understaffed, and I think, I don't know, maybe other guys don't have the gumption that he does, but I think more times than not, yeah, it's all in the wrist. Yeah, I've always said it, whether you're jacking it or escaping, Jake. This escape happens in Georgia. He ends up making his way down to Orlando, Florida, where he gets a job roofing. And unfortunately, the fellow that hires him to roof notices on the news that he's just hired an escaped convict.
Whoa.
Which is something you never want to do. You know, it's hard enough getting somebody to roof with you in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, dude.
But now you got to fire the fucking guy.
So he was on. That had to be national news then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was a good employee, that's a real dilemma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say shit.
Yeah?
Especially if it was a nonviolent offender.
if he didn't watch that news, he would have never known.
Yeah, fuck off,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And at this point, like he's a big deal because people are aware of like all the other shit he's done, and he's got so many documented escapes. People are writing songs about him. It was rumored that there was they were thinking about paying him for the rights to his life story, and I don't know how true it is or how far they got in the process. When one of the news stories I watched on him, they said Johnny Depp was considering playing him in his life story.
It was that big.
it.
Yes.
Whoa.
Depp loves to play a real guy. Donnie Brasco,
Captain Jack Sparrow, Edward Scissorhands,
Willy Wonka,
Yes.
no Wonka, Wonka, yeah. That's it.
ends up going back to jail. And Jake, November 2018, he's out, baby. Unfortunately, he's into stealing trailers now. And he's using his own truck to hook them up.
Like a camping RV kind of thing.
No, he's got like a red pickup truck.
Like fucking semi trailers.
So, well, he ends up stealing those too. But like he'll go to just random lots where it's like he just put the hitch on the hitches up to it, and then you just drive off with whatever shit you can get.
Fucking A.
Those landscaping trailers and all those like
Okay.
Anything he can get his hands on, he steals. But in November of 2018, he happens to steal a trailer that's loaded with, I think it had like 3,000 belts in it. And he ends up putting the belts on Craigslist.
Oh
my
my God.
How, like, the disparity between, he's got to be kind of smart to get away all the time
Yeah.
for some of these thefts, but then to put all the belts up. Yeah, if you buy all 3,000 in bulk, you get a discount.
And now he's a part of a theft ring now, and two other people that are involved with him are a couple, and it sounds like there was a love triangle.
A thruple.
Yeah, a stealing ass thruple, Jake.
Wow.
And this lasts until 2019. He was stealing a Corvette, which is every guy's dream, baby.
That would be fun.
I know, man. It's all I want. And
You ever get tempted when you see like a car with the just running outside of like Wawa?
Dude, anytime I see a DoorDash guy, just fucking, I don't even care what kind of car it is. It's
Really?
like, I just want to be like, man, how exciting would
You
it
can
be?
get away with it.
It's
I
gotta
think
be-
I
it's
could,
gotta
yeah.
If
be
you
a
just
nice
took it
car.
for a little ride,
Yeah.
It's gotta
and
be a
then
nice
dumped
car
it.
for me, dog.
It'd be what?
It's gotta be a nice car.
it's got to be luxury for this motherfucker.
Something where I can put the seat all the way back.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'll sit in the trunk.
So Jake, on this chase, he's being chased in this Corvette, almost hits a few guys, which ends up, I think is a big part as to why he ends up getting such a severe sentence. Fortunately, he doesn't hit anybody. He's captured, and in 2021, he's sentenced to 7 years in federal prison and 3 years supervised release. Damn. Now, this especially sucks because shortly thereafter, he finds out he's got cancer.
No.
And he's trying to get compassionate release, and they're not having it.
No.
Yeah, man. He wants to reconnect with his kids and meet his grandkids. Because
Let him.
I know, I think so too. Because the
Yeah.
kids are like mid to late 20s at this point.
Daughter's still wearing the Halloween costume.
He just steals their fucking cars immediately.
But
Steals his grandchildren.
and as of this telling, he's still alive and he's still in prison. So it doesn't seem like he's getting out anytime soon. Although this was 2021 where he was sentenced. So 2028, he's eligible to get out.
He
That's
hasn't
right
hurt
around the
anyone.
I know, but he's got cancer, man.
Let him out.
I know. I think so
Hasn't
too.
let a single. Yeah.
Is there
I-
a chance he's fibbing about the cancer? Or is it...
Oh. Like
I
his
don't.
tummy ain't getting
I don't
messed
know.
up?
I think when you go before a judge and plead with the judge, that she's
Yeah.
going to see some documentation.
Yeah, I guess they're pretty strict about that kind of
This
shit.
X-ray looks like a kangaroo, sir. Just like,
Oh, my fucking pouch hurts. Oh, fuck. I got a fucking Joey in there. It hurts.
Did you guys get got by the AI kangaroo getting on the plane thing?
No, wait. Was it
No.
just a picture or was there video?
Video, super realistic, man.
No.
Yes.
And
I
it
did
was
not see this.
a gate agent telling a lady that she couldn't bring the kangaroo on?
That's incredible. I saw, dude. There's so many AI videos out there right now that
I'm
are.
getting fooled
second.
constantly.
Oh, God,
dude. I've been
yeah.
talking to an AI lady on on this chat app,
ASL.
and I can, she's
Oh, look,
just
she's
so
binary.
beautiful.
That's cool.
Looks real as shit, right?
That's not real?
No.
No fucking way.
Now
That's
go
Bert
back.
Kreischer.
Is that real? How many fingers does a lady have?
They have that's normally the telltale sign.
Yeah.
But it looks like they each got 5.
It's so funny.
That's
It's
so
so
wild.
funny that you can direct the video to say, and also slowly pan in on the kangaroo's
Yeah.
face
Just
and
giving,
make
like-
the kangaroo kind of look a little bit sad that he's not going to be able to go on this trip.
And do it like it was filmed by Wes Anderson. It's perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah, that
there's
got
no-
me good.
There's no way a lady would be that drastic with her hands trying to, if you
Yes,
got a
they
kangaroo.
would. What
yeah,
airline?
You're right.
What airline are we talking?
Man, I got fooled by something the other day. It might have just been a picture, but
What was it?
I forget. But there were 6 fingers on the fucking bitch that I was smacking to. I mean,
The 3 tits should have been a giveaway.
I'm doomed, dude. By the time I'm fucking 60 years old, man, I'm going to be absolutely just giving money to everything.
It's me, Shaner, and Blizz got this weekend in the parking lot of Metallica.
What? What do you mean?
You know how
piss drug?
You know how like yeah.
It's fake piss. It tastes like shit. It's fake piss.
You know how when you're tailgating, you'll get random guys saying up, "Hey, my sons are raising money for their basketball team." Shit like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those guys. It was a Jewish guy. Caught me by surprise. I thought he was legit, but as soon as I Venmo'd him, I was like, I don't know if this is going where he said it was going. And like he was a real slick talker, and I think he just got us in a good mood. But at the same time, we each gave him $25.
It was Lars' attorney.
What was he asking for money for?
Some kind of veteran outreach program.
Okay. Usually that stuff's like federally funded, which could have been just cut. So
Yeah.
Why 25 each? Did he specifically say?
He said because he gave us each an American flag hat. And he's like, we asked for a donation of $25 if you keep the hat.
You got the hat?
I do.
Can we see the hat?
Is it a decent hat?
Is it New Era?
You could probably get one for $5 at a Chinese Dollar Tree.
As long as you got something.
Dollar Tree. Yeah, I mean, I got.
hat ain't the worst thing.
I know,
That's a
but still, it wasn't $5. It was $25.
I said $25 hat's not that bad.
I don't think so, man.
Let's see the hat. I want to wear the hat.
You want me to go outside and get it?
It's outside.
It's in my trunk.
Jesus, no. Just send me a picture of it.
Well, Shaner actually had his on during yesterday's dad meet, so if you want to see it, you can see it on Shaner's head.
All right.
It's a fine hat.
How does it wear as a hat?
Pretty decent. It looked good on Shaner's head, but Shaner's got like a fucking Beetlejuice waiting room head.
You think the hat might be too small for a dome like me or you?
Yeah, I mean, like me, you need to fucking have it fitted by a goddamn tent fucking elephant seamstress.
My hat bigger than yours.
I don't think so. What are you?
7.5.
Yeah, I'm 7 3/8.
Yeah,
got a little more girth.
1/8 girth more. Could be the hair.
1/8 girth more is my favorite character from Downton Abbey. Mr. Girthmore.
Oh, dude.
Girth more.
That's a nice hat. Look at that. It's got camo on it.
Yeah.
Look at that. I got the.
Oh, there's
episode.
camo? Oh, shit. I thought it was American flag.
It looks great.
Look at that.
All right. So, but here's the deal, man.
Is there a part of your podcast where you're listening to a different podcast that we could play on this podcast
That would be
and go
great.
full Inception?
All right. So I've looked this guy up.
That was a good bit.
I can't find any evidence that this charity that this guy was soliciting money for exists.
No shit.
But he was Jewish, so I trusted him.
Well, how do you know? Was he wearing a yarmulke?
He had all the telltale signs.
And what were the vets you? Okay.
It doesn't seem like the kind of job that guy would be doing.
I know. And here's the deal. It's like he had on decent clothes.
He had the gift of gab, too, I hear.
Real good gift of gab. One thing that made me suspicious was he didn't have great shoes on. And I think if a guy, especially a Jewish guy, if he's out soliciting for other people, he's probably, I think shoes really give a lot away.
Describe the shoes.
Probably year-old black New Balances.
All black Vaders.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, that's that's homeless fucking pallbearer.
Or
When did you get rid of these?
a chef. You got
This
Vaders
time?
on?
You're okay. Those are fine.
What about those is even
It's just
similar to
over a
what he
year old.
described? No,
Okay.
it's got nothing to do with it.
Oh, thank God. It's just because they're New Balances then.
All black, I think, is the most telling.
They used to be cool.
Did this man describe himself as Jewish over and over to you? Is that what led you to believe that he was Jewish?
Maybe I'm just thinking that because he bilked me out of money. No,
They're brothers?
no.
L'Ohio.
His name was Brad Weinberg, so probably not an Irish fellow. Hey, Sniggers, I just want to take a second to thank our sponsor, Hims. Boys, as you know, when the downstairs just isn't cooperating, it's time for Hims. Buy the downstairs penis stuff, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes balls, too, because they can become engorged as well. And I try to encourage my own stuff to just full engorge. My ball bag usually fills up like a plastic bag full of soup.
Soupy bag.
My favorite Borscht Belt comedian, by the way. Hims provides men with access to affordable sexual health treatments so you can take charge of your sex life. The good people at Hims know that dealing with ED can be uncomfortable. ED meaning both erectile dysfunction and Ed, the chimpanzee movie with Matthew LeBlanc.
Love that movie. Struck me out, actually.
That's why everything can be taken care of online from the comfort of your own home. They got chewable tablets, Viagra, Cialis, and their generics for up to 95% less. However you want to treat this thing, Hims can help. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/stinker. That's HIMS.com/stinker for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/stinker. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or qualified by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. That's Hims, baby.
Ooh, I can't wait for Hims to make my penis hard.
Make mine hard too. When you get yours by what do they call it? Mental telepathy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ESPs.
You can do that because I don't know, just in case like my shipment doesn't come before at the same time as yours. Mm-hmm. And if I get it before yours, I'll promise to telepathize your boner.
Thank you.
You're welcome, James.
That's
Do you want some blood for your penis too?
Could it please?
All right. I feel bad not offering. Jeff, do you want penis blood too?
I'm a little upset that you didn't ask earlier.
Well, I had to go around the room.
True.
Spur of the moment.
I go him style, which is left to right, and that's how I wipe.
I got not tricked into donating money, but accosted by religious recruiters at a Target.
Whoa.
What would they be? Jehovah's? Is that the people who would do it?
Probably, yeah.
Because
Recently?
Mormons always wear the shirt and tie, right?
Man.
Right?
Yeah, they usually do.
It might have been. It was two fellas.
Jehovah's Undercover? It's my favorite TLC show.
Do they wear a uniform typically?
I don't know. I thought they wore like the Mormon shit.
Same.
Yeah.
Maybe they're hip now, but one guy had a Russian accent, slight Russian accent, and
Yeah.
I wasn't breaking stride to hear this spiel, and it was just talking about Jesus in the Bible or some shit.
And
then the guy he was with, I think it was like a group of four of them, but he was standing with one other guy, and the guy he was with followed me. At this point, I'm like 30 feet away, turned down a different aisle. And I keep hearing the guy say, "Excuse me, sir. Hey, dude. Hey, excuse me, sir."
whoa.
And I'm not going to look back until he's
Yeah.
like right behind me. And I'm like, "What's up?" He's asking about my shoes. He's like, "These are really cool shoes, man. Where'd you get those?" It's just like the most like pilfering. Like
Finding a way in.
yes,
Yeah.
dude. Like, oh, the shoes. Like, oh, ACG's cool, man. Like, you do some serious hiking in those. And I'm like, actually, no, I wouldn't do any serious hiking in ACGs. It's more like a full remote function kind of a shoe. He did zero in on the one thing that could have gotten me in the back of his van.
Damn, you almost got.
Yeah, but no. I always tell these guys, hey, I grew up on Jesus. I know more about the guy than you do, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever said no to the kids with the candy?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
It's so
oh
much
my
easier to say no to children.
Man, when I was in Ann
We did it
Arbor,
outside of the Phillies game when we were trying to buy tickets.
Suck
Yeah.
our fucking wieners, man.
I was
It's not fucking. Oh, it was football season, actually. They were wearing football pads.
I was at like a restaurant and alone, and a woman and her kid came in, and both looked completely miserable. And she just sent her kid over to my table. Like, I'm eating alone, AirPods in.
Where were you eating?
Pizza.
Where?
It was in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
And I'm just like alone. It's the middle of the day, and she just comes in, just drops her thing on the table, just like on the table, and just like, "Hi, would you like to buy candy for this?" And I'm just like, "No."
Yeah, I'm
Like,
fucking eating.
It's insane. No, the restaurant didn't say anything to her or anything.
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
fucked.
but-
They should address
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I want the Target to not let these guys do that either.
Yeah, dude, I was the only person in the place
my
too, which
God.
made it even more like
You open the door, you see no one's in there.
Yeah.
Don't bother going in there.
just yeah. Who, me or the?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing in there?
No, if you're trying to sell fucking candy, go to the place that's got people in it.
Yeah,
Now,
They just saw me and they're like, "Oh, there's our horse."
I would have not made eye contact and slid the candy off the table and
Dude,
just said no.
It just made me annoyed because like I was actually listening to something and I had to like pull it out, like
there is, I don't give a fuck how old they are. There isn't a worse kind of person than a person who makes you take out your earbuds.
Yeah.
It angers me so
I-
much.
if
You
there's
are
a-
not going to ever get a nice response from me. If
I agree
ask
with
me
you,
to do
buddy.
that.
If there's a fire, I'll fucking smell it.
Or I'm having a stroke.
That's how you find out that you've lost your sense of smell from long COVID. Yeah, you are. You're going to get one of my more curt responses if you make me, Paul. What? What?
That shit happens in Ubers too, man. You have them in, then they start talking to you. You have to be like, "Fuck, sorry, what was that?" Oh yeah, Philadelphia is crazy. Like,
It do be like that.
yeah,
There was a guy who tried to get me. I was leaving my Rick job last week. I had my wife with me, and I'm typing in directions on my phone on the dashboard, and I see him like walk in front of my car, and then he's standing next to my wife's door, and he's like bending down,
get the fuck out of here.
like he's like right outside my wife's window. So I have to address it.
Yeah,
I said, "What do you need?" And he's like, "Excuse me, sir, but I'm diabetic. I haven't eaten in 2 days." Said, "Can't help you." Rolled up the window,
Heck yeah.
pulled off.
Not true.
How's that
Homeless
your
homeless
problem?
people have tons of food, from what I hear.
yeah. You'd be way more angry if you hadn't eaten in 2 days.
Get the fuck away from the window, man.
That was
Yeah.
right on that street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
I don't feel like I've gotten.
That's the only time that's happened, too.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's not typical around there.
To do it on your wife's side of the car though, like that's
I think he knew I would have to address it by doing that.
really.
I think also there's traffic on my side.
Yeah.
But I think by standing next to my wife's window, I'm going to acknowledge him
Did you put the window down or did you like?
a little bit,
Yeah.
just to say, "What do you want?"
Should have hit him with a looking's gonna cost you, brother.
I love it.
Little elbow to the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Who loves you, baby?
Trying to think of the last time I got before that.
What, tricked into money?
Yeah.
Donation?
I'm usually good at saying no. Anytime they've been good about it because
Man.
I have 2 signs out front that say no soliciting. But
Yeah.
during fucking election season, people would still knock, and it would bring the worst out of me.
That means anything, right? Like if somebody comes
My
to
interpretation
a
of that
roofer
is, yeah,
estimate, right?
yes.
Like
Yeah.
any kind of pest
Like
control.
anything that I don't directly ask for,
Yeah.
I consider soliciting.
Yeah.
There's one on my door now, and I'm going to start tapping that thing. I've only had one person to the door so far, but I forgot it was on the mailbox. But now I'm going to be like, there's also a sign of the neighborhood when you come in. It says no soliciting. So
Oh wow.
how'd you even fucking get in here?
Yeah, they always drop people off in my neighborhood.
For
it's the
selling
worst.
what? Solar?
Solar, cell phones, internet service, water, energy, like any kind of energy shit.
Cell phones is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you think what do you think I've been doing this whole fucking time?
Dude, it's nuts.
Water? Isn't water just from the city?
Well, there's there's Aqua, and I think I guess there's another one you can get.
Oh, what are they to deliver?
Yeah, it's like yeah, I
Like
guess.
like a
I
office
have no
cooler.
idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next time the water people knock
gonna
on the
ask
door,
them.
check it out. Yeah, get a pamphlet
I'm
at least.
gonna cross out the no solicitors and be like welcome solicitors, and that way I can find out next.
If this, they could just be people that show up with a hose every Sunday and squirt your family down.
Goddamn family squirters.
Summer
Yes.
family squirts.
Yeah, that should. I've seen that truck going around. Family
You have?
squirters. Yeah,
Family squirters are out and about.
they
Watch
actually
out.
hang out the window and they squirt your kids down for you. When it's hot, it's nice, but
Yeah.
Yeah, they do it in the winter too.
it's a real problem. When you
So, yeah.
She's on her way to school. What the fuck are you doing?
That's her only winter jacket.
Yeah, real problems, man. Just fucking don't bother people, man.
Yeah, I think the last
How hard
time
is it?
I got was donating to a comedy theater that offered T-shirts and a bunch of stuff, but I never got any of it.
Yeah, I think I gave money to that too.
I think I got my T-shirt, but I didn't get as much pizza as I was promised.
Yeah, no pizza was really delivered upon.
I think once I got 1/16 of a pizza.
Oh,
They were double cutting the pies.
that's worse than a solicitor.
Yeah, nothing's worse than opening up that pizza box and seeing quadruple slices and
Yeah.
all of them. Just like, whew.
One and just one pie.
Yeah.
Ha. Ha.
I would take money out of my own pocket to order more pizza before I presented
A double
company
cut pie.
pizza cut in 16ths.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, they're not cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, you got to be a real bastard of a human being, Jake, to serve a 16th of a slice to me at work. I don't want any. Anytime I had there was a pizza day or something, if there wasn't enough as to where it was already designated how many each person could have,
Yeah.
I'm not even fucking putting my fucking hands on that crust.
Write it off as a donation, brother.
Yeah, you need a company that when you have pizza day, you leave with a box. That's what
Facts.
you need. Yeah.
How many slices? Like, if you just, in a typical eating session, you're getting pizza for dinner, how many slices do you eat?
It obviously depends on the place in the pie. If we're talking regular pizza place, large cheese, I could do 2, maybe 3.
That's it?
Yeah, if I'm talking like fucking
Yeah.
big, nice, even if it's a sausage slice or a topping slice.
Yeah.
If we're talking like a Papa John's, I'll eat a whole medium fucking pie in a sitting.
Yeah.
In a night. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Oh, though in the same amount of time, I'd probably kill half of that large pizza place
yeah.
pie. Yeah.
That's what I'd probably do 3, 4. And that's 4's pushing it. Usually it'll be 3, then a 10-minute break. Then I start on the next 3. Take another 10-minute interval.
You're on your second pizza now, Jake.
Yeah, oh God. Next thing you know, it's been 6 pizzas.
Yeah, it's been 6 pizzas.
Who keeps ringing the
Dude.
doorbell?
One time I did a show like in the heart of Delaware, and there was a Grotto's nearby on my way home. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get some Grotto's, dude. I got a large pizza and I ate the whole fucking thing
On the ride home?
in like the 2-hour ride home. I hadn't eaten all fucking day, and I was pretty hungry. And then at one point in the pizza, it's just like, well, now I might as well fucking finish it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can't bring home one slice of pizza.
yeah,
It's like stabbing somebody where you reach a point where you're just like,
dude.
more.
Yeah. You know who enabled me the most with that was Fennell, because I saw him like a day or 2 later and I was bragging about it. He's like, well, how long was the ride? I was like, all right, thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, 2 hours is
Yeah, it was close to,
for not having eaten at all that
it's
day.
probably 90 minutes. Yeah.
You're cutting off 25% of the ride at this
All
point.
right. Well, I was double dogging it, you know?
You stopped at a second grotto. You went out of your way to go to a North Wilmington grotto.
Yeah, I was,
Double dogging it. Okay. You guys have never double dogged.
no, man,
No.
that sounds so fucking
That's
gross.
something I normally eat anywhere between 4 and 8 slices of a pizza when I get pizza. But eating
Wait,
2 hot
4 and 8?
Yes. Eating 2 hot dogs in one bun, I would not even consider it.
Yeah, that's so fucked up.
I didn't realize how fucked up it was.
You're progressive, dude. I love that about you. The sweatshirt, the hot double dogs, just so good, man.
What's the sweatshirt mean?
It looks good. Like, yeah, no, you're a very progressive.
Why is
guy.
it progressive?
It's a progressive color, you know.
You calling me a lesbian?
Yes.
Call you lesbian.
Okay.
You look like you're going to Scissor on Easter.
Are you guys thinking there's just too much meat to bun in this double dog? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's too much. Like a hot dog is such a buttery, rich flavor that to double up on that just seems pig-like.
What if I, instead of getting 2 hot dogs, get 1 double dog? And I
No.
save the roll.
So,
No.
oh yeah,
Save myself some carbs.
I think it's more gluttonous to have 2 inside one bun than actually eat 2 separate hot dogs.
so because they cut it, I can see how you can get by it. But
Yeah.
man, if those were all uncut hot dogs in a
No, I don't
God
even know
does
how that
not
would
want
work.
2 hot dogs in one bun.
Yeah. Tell that to my neighbors in June.
Yeah, if you're eating 2 hot dogs at once, like your dad gets a headache.
Your dad has to go upstairs for a while.
Yeah, your dad leaves the room to watch the game.
Has he been in the garage this whole time? Yeah, ever since you put a second hot dog in that roll.
Sir, a second hot dog has hit your son's bun.
Sir, there's been a second hot dog.
Okay, well, here's what we'll do. I'm going to have to bring you guys some dogs.
I'm not eating two at once, John.
I'll eat it 100%.
I'll bring one double dog with sauce and cheese, and I'll cut it in half, and you guys both have a bite. Tell me if you're gay or not.
All right. I don't like cheese in my hot dogs.
I will get
Can
half
you
without cheese.
Thank you. Eat half of the slice of cheese that you would put on there.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, John, did you lick the cheese off half of
Can I just come in the kitchen and watch you guys do this? That's the goal, to just be such a hard head when you give directions for your food. You know, it'd be easier if I just came back there and watched. That's fine. It's 5 minutes before closing. They're already cleaned up.
Dude, I never realized the plight of those people like who work at Starbucks and those grills that have the grill right there next to the register. Because then you have people watching you make their shit.
I hate that
and
shit.
They always somebody always yells out that something's wrong and it's not their fucking food,
Right.
not their drink, and it's like, man, I don't know if I could handle that all fucking day.
The amount of people, I'm of the opinion that you're not supposed to talk to the people making the food at Wawa.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Until they bring my number.
Yep.
I don't bother them. Or
Yeah.
until they say okay, yes, that's
Dude,
my number.
That shit used to happen.
When
all
I
the
see
time.
somebody getting specific with their shit, it's like, dude, if you can't figure out your food on the touch screen, then they just don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they just don't make that. It's insane that people, and they're like, yeah, just tell me what order number it is when it prints out.
Dude, when I used to work at Wawa, we didn't have touchscreens at first. So
Would you have to handwrite it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to handwrite everything. We had a printed order form. You would just check what kind of roll, wheat, whole.
It's like early 2000s.
Yeah, and then all the condiments, all the toppings, all that shit. And then I remember when we got the things, half of my job was just make their sandwich, but then also go out there and help them order their sandwich for that was half my shift.
When the screens came?
Yeah,
Really?
back in the day.
They had one-on-one assistance.
Well, it was you were working the deli, so you just had to go out and help them.
Uh-huh.
Had to fucking change out your gloves every fucking time.
I don't think they do that now.
There was a guy who, I don't remember what year this was. I feel like we had touchscreens for a while at Wawa, but it was as bars were closing. So Wawa was fucking full. And this fucking gorilla like Dago was trying to order a sandwich. He could not figure it out. He's taken forever. And I think they only had 2 touchscreens, so people were getting frustrated. And at one point, he just abandons his order and he goes, fuck it, I'm getting pizza. And he left.
I hope that guy's dead.
He will be.
One day.
Yeah.
One day we all will. Mm-hmm. Well, how did people know what to order before the touchscreens? Was it just
It was a small
on top
menu,
of it?
yeah. I think they had Italian hoagies, they had meatballs, they had roast beef.
You could do cheese, turkey, ham, and then you had
Did
egg
they have
salad.
macaroni and cheese yet?
No, egg salad. Well, occasionally they would.
Okay.
They had a rotating menu. They had home style chicken noodle soup.
Okay.
That's when things.
So they would
started
have
crazy.
different soups and sides.
Yeah, they had and each Wawa had their own business card at the counter or at the deli counter. And
With
you
the
just
soup
grab
schedule?
That.
With the
Yep.
that
Yeah,
soup
Monday
schedule?
through Friday.
I haven't seen a printed soup schedule
Monday
from
through
Wawa in a dog's age.
Yeah.
I love a
It'd be
printed
Italian
soup
wedding,
schedule.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, chicken noodle, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and then Saturday was minestrone.
You know why I don't even care about the soup schedule anymore? Because no days say clam chowder anymore. And
Yeah.
that just breaks my heart. I'm a chowder head through and through. We all know this.
Chowder.
And they just, I gotta say, Wawa's clam chowder was pretty good. I know it came out of a bag. It was one of the better clam chowders you can get whenever you wanted it. I mean, fuck me, man.
You know what else came out of a bag? The 3 of us.
Oh, that's beautiful, Mike.
Thank you.
An amniotic sac.
Our dad's ball bags.
Oh my God!
Go
You're
even
right.
further
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Totally forgot
Yeah.
about scrotes.
Yeah.
Scrotally forgot.
Amazing. Our dad's busted and got us. Now we're here.
Our dad's busted and got usted. Now they're disgusted. And now I'm busted.
Yeah.
I wish I had a Ouija board right now to take out and talk to my dad about that.
Oh my God! Wait, did I take a picture of this? Did I take
Were you
a
Ouija-ing?
picture of this? Was I smart? Was I smart guy? I was.
What'd you do? Ooh.
you Whoa.
Can you show the camera?
A car that says Ouija, mystifying oracle on the back of it.
Just on the back of the windshield.
I don't know why. Oh, and also there's cat eyes next to the license plate, if you'll notice.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Whoa, that's cool.
And
There's
the-
gotta be eyelashes on that car.
And the plate holder says, normal people scare me. Of course, this was...
There's a stick figure family that was peeled off.
This is the middle of Death Fest in Maryland, so you gotta imagine you're getting some of the freaks, some of the little freakier people out there. I don't know what in God's name would possess you to put a Ouija board sticker on the back of your car.
That's precisely it. They're possessed.
My God. I walked right into it. And they said, "Get the fuck out." Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Oh, heavens, man. We've been snacking on this week.
You know, I've been snacking. I've been doing a lot of Factor lately.
Really?
Yeah, I've been having the boxes sent to my house.
Did you order it?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck
Yeah, they
yeah.
are good, man.
It's been awesome, man. I dropped 10 pounds.
Fuck yes.
Nice.
Just not doing anything. Well, I went back to the gym, but just ordering the fucking things, and I'm very hungry afterwards. But it does the job because it fills you enough that you don't go nuts afterwards.
Yeah.
Like a half hour after you eat, are you less hungry?
Yeah.
'Cause I know it takes time for your brain to tell your belly to tell your brain that you're done.
And it's a long old
And
fucking
that's why I
road.
shovel so fast so I can beat my brain. Beat my brain off.
Beat that brain off pretty good.
Maybe I'll look into that. What's that end up costing you per meal after?
I can't remember.
You could also get the powdered form, which makes it cheaper too.
That's Huel.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You're right. Factor the
Yeah,
meals.
yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I think Huel's only $5 a bottle or something like that if you buy them in bulk bottles. I just like the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
is
like
easier.
getting it
Yeah.
pre-made.
Yeah, I was trying to make it myself. I just can't. I haven't figured out the right consistency yet.
Same.
But it's good when it's in the bottle. It's fucking it's great.
It's very good.
Yeah, I need a Huel barista to show me how to make it the right way at home.
Yeah, we should hire one. We should go to a Starbucks and yell at them until they mix it up for us. We should stop giving free ads out.
Yeah. None of this was paid for, but it
Yeah,
is
that's
good.
not
It is
true.
good. Yeah.
Come back to us.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Please come back, Factor. We love you.
Yeah, man.
He'll too, man. Yeah. Factor shit was really fucking tasty, man. Everything I had was good. And same thing. It's I'm just conditioned to eat until I cannot eat anymore.
Yeah.
So they give you exactly what you need. And
Yep. Yeah, and then even if you're hungry afterwards, a half hour later, everything's caught up, and you're like, I'm fine.
yeah.
I don't need to worry about anything.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest challenges right now is just eating to the point where it's I can convince myself that I'm full and then sitting out that waiting period and then being like, I was right, I am full.
Yep.
What do you just you put the fork down for a second? You step into a closet, you scream for 10 minutes, and then you're not hungry anymore. After
Yeah,
that?
I normally grab my wife's face and scream into her mouth,
Oh my God.
and it gives me
and then she's hungry and it's her turn to eat.
yes, yeah. So it's I'm transferring that. It's almost like that movie It Follows, where you got to pork somebody to give it to them.
I don't know if I ever saw that one. Isn't there another one with John Goodman and Denzel too? Fallen?
I don't know that one.
And the spirit
That is
goes through it.
That is a Denzel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that where he's the drunk pilot
No, that's
falling from the sky?
That's Dunfeld.
That's Bebe's pilots.
That ain't my pilot. That's Bebe's pilot.
Yeah, how mad do you think your pilot would be if you said that as soon as he got on the plane? That's Bebe's pilot.
well, we're going down.
Dude, I would love to do that shit to Sully because he's feeling himself after the fucking rehearsal. He's got a new life.
He really does.
Put him on a plane again. That's Bebe's pilot.
Man.
Who upgraded that guy to first class?
He doesn't fly still, does he?
I hope not. He was a fucking old man when the Miracle on the Hudson happened, right? That was
20
15
years ago.
20,
Yeah, jeez.
That was the aughts, right?
Yeah. 2010s, 2011s. Another callback to a live episode.
Oh shit! Everything's blending together. How they have to have a forced retirement age, right?
I think.
Pilots?
Well, I know the requirements are getting stricter and stricter. Those fuckers, they can't have anything wrong with them. They can't divulge anything.
I know that was a very revealing expose on the aviation industry.
Yeah.
Very
Just,
interesting.
I don't even think you should have a license to fly a plane. I think if you could look the boss in the eye and be like, I can do this, that's enough.
That's all it takes?
I think it is.
Even if I think I'm ready, or do I have to go through training at least?
If you're convincing enough.
If you can, all right. So if you can get on that plane,
Confidence.
if you could show me what all the knobs do, and look me in the eye,
I can do my own research at home.
yeah,
Show up and
Yeah.
do the knobs.
do the knob test, and I'm going to give you a button quiz.
Yeah.
And then you look me in the eye and say, Skip, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
give it a shot.
It's not a taste
Okay.
test, just
Yeah.
so you know.
You know how
buttons?
bus drivers, it says in training across the fucking the leaderboard.
Always scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should do that for pilots too. Nobody on board. I'm just in training. I'm seeing if I can fucking, ground this weasel.
First timer.
Yeah.
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 The thing they put on the back of cars for kids now.
Baby
A
on board.
big neon.
Do they really?
sticker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. Who are those for?
Novice driver or
They're
beginner
not
driver?
really for kids. Are they?
You think? Yeah.
I think those are for pussy drivers that
I think
don't want to be hassled.
I think nowadays they are.
It's a
but
don't
they
ask
were-
me, I'm local kind of thing.
They were born with the idea of it's for children.
Have
You never
seen
seen
those?
one of those?
I have not. No.
Is it only in Delaware?
Giant yellow sticker. Novice. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Be
Get
patient.
over it.
Be patient. I'm learning to drive. Learn how to do this, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna fucking follow you home.
Oh, dude. Did I tell you, Mike, I had an incident nearby.
What happened this time?
I told my wife that she's like, I'm starting to say you're the problem here. I'm like, yeah, probably. It was an intersection where I had to stop. The other way did not have a stop sign. I did not know that, right? And there's no sign marking that other sign does not have a stop sign. It just seemed like a good spot for them to have one.
Yeah.
Well, I start to go through, and I'm halfway through, and this car comes flying down the hill. And finally I stop because they're holding their horn as they go past me. They're pointing that they don't have a stop sign. I'm like, I'm sorry, didn't see it. But she wouldn't stop. So I gave her one of these that you got in traffic the other day. And what did this lady do? She
Jerked you off.
No, so she was flipping me off first when I started doing this. And then when I went like this, she went, I was like, well, we just finished the transaction.
Yeah.
We road rage to completion.
You showed me tongue.
Yeah, I was like,
After
oh my
I
God.
begged for tongue.
I've been begging for tongue this whole time.
Gave me exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Was she so pretty?
She was fine.
She a beautiful
little-
lady.
Little Delco Cinderella.
Okay.
She wasn't pooping on my car.
Yeah, she won't fit in these shoes either. Beautiful lady. We share shoes.
Size 13 wide.
What do you wish you had in the car to throw at these people?
I would never throw anything at the cars. But
Why?
man,
Why not?
I think the best thing to throw would probably be like a smoothie or a milkshake.
Eggs.
And just fucking get it right on the windshield.
I've heard from a friend of ours that the best thing to have in the car to throw is one of those Rolly lint removers
Really? Why?
because they're like fucking top heavy grenades that you can just fucking wing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you lose it, and it's like a $3 item. It's like throwing $3 out the window.
I think for vengeance and
Worth it?
is
Yeah.
$3 a bargain. Yeah.
Would you ever throw anything out your window?
Yeah, I always wish I had stuff.
Change is the best if you have some change. A quarter.
Ninja stars?
Yeah.
A quarter really can get some velocity
Yeah.
on it.
I saw.
Poppets.
Remember Josh Bennett,
Yeah.
comedian. He started around the time I did. I was driving around his neighborhood just coincidentally, and he was out going for a walk, and he had no idea that I noticed him in my car. So I grabbed all the change I had in my center console, and I fucking blasted him with it.
Oh my God.
Going how fast?
Not fast,
Like
man.
under 10?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, just the arm action minus the speed of the car is probably going to sting a little bit. How do you take that?
He was terrified. But anytime I've had like an incident, I really wish that I had something to throw at people.
Yeah.
I feel like recently it's been happening. There was a fucking Temple cop that was fucking riding my ass. And Temple, it was like for one of their football games, I guess. It was either the team was staying at a hotel in Conshohocken or the opposing team was staying at a team in Conshohocken. And I was...
And their police still go there to...
They were escorting either the Temple team bus or the opposing team bus. And I happened to be leaving around the same time. And they got their sirens going and they're fucking doing all their fucking noises. And it's like, I noticed that it's a Temple cop, not a real cop. I know it's not an emergency. And she's like right on my ass, telling me to get out of the way. I'm not getting out of the fucking way. You're a fucking college cop, and this is not an emergency.
And you saw it was a woman?
Yes.
In your rear view?
Which probably helped solidify my decision for me.
Yeah, I don't even think she could pull you over.
No, and I didn't get out of the fucking way.
Yo, cops abuse the fuck out of those
Yeah,
lights,
get fucked, man.
I saw a cop do a U-turn in an apartment complex near here, and then the light had just changed. I was making a left, and they were zooming up and flipped on the lights, made a right turn, and then just turned them off as soon as they got through. That happens everywhere.
Right. I mean, you have to be there for a specific amount of time, right?
Yeah.
Why not just wait at the fucking light, man?
Yeah, it sounds like this lady kind of a cunt, maybe?
This lady definitely was. I mean, yeah,
Like
God
a little
forbid,
bit of cunt?
the fucking either Temple Owls football team or the fucking Fordham fucking faggots got to get to the Lincoln Financial Field to play in front
Hey,
of
my
3,000.
son goes to Fordham.
Your son's a Fordham faggot? I didn't know. I would have got the T-shirt. Proud parent of a faggot.
No, he goes to Vassar.
He's an asshole. But I mean, the audacity of using your fucking police sirens to chase somebody out of the way so that the fucking either the Temple football team or the fucking dildos who are playing them in front of 3,000 fucking people at Lincoln Financial Field need to get to the fucking... Shut up.
Yep.
They were going to play the game at the Link.
Yes.
And their opposing team was staying in Conshohocken.
It was
What the
either
fuck?
Temple's team...
It's cheaper.
Wait, but why would Temple need a hotel for a home game?
I think...
Wouldn't their students be local in the first place?
I think so, but I think maybe they have the team congregate to avoid like any like night before problems or to go over like game planning or some shit like that.
Okay.
Maybe something's in my throat. Sounds weird.
Don't get me wrong. When it happens in Superbad, it's so fucking funny. Them flipping on the sirens nonstop. But when it's in the real world all the time, it's
Yeah,
like,
leave people
get
alone,
fucked.
man.
Come on, turn them
Yeah,
off.
please stop some crime
Use your
from
turn
happening.
signal.
My uncle is a California Highway Patrolman in the Bay Area, and he said that they do a thing called 7 bridges, where they go over all 7 of the Bay Area bridges in a full loop and try to time themselves, and then like be the fastest person to ever do the 7 bridges.
Are you serious? That's awesome.
Very dangerous.
Oh yeah, and he said that they were flying.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a congested area.
It would be like the middle of the night.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Not when there's fucking
Rush hour.
the world's worst traffic. Though that would be very funny. Just have your lights on
Man, did you see that video of that guy that jumped off the bridge the other day?
and just got caught by the net.
Uh-huh.
Aren't you looking below before you jump
Yeah, I mean,
to see the net?
the net is probably just as popular as the bridge at this point.
It's like the guys who parkour on skyscrapers. They're like, let's go have a net party.
Yeah.
Free escape.
Dude, it's
Free rescue.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, and then what happens once you hit the net? Are you not able to climb out of it, or do
Get
you become
arrested.
so... But, like, you can still jump off the net.
I feel like it's a lot like the foam pit. You kind of get sunken in.
And
It's
you,
like- yeah.
you probably feel like a massive fucking loser.
Yeah, it's the saddest hammock in the world.
Wouldn't that make you want to jump more? I'm such a fucking
No,
loser.
because you've
Life's a
already
bitch.
failed once. Like, if there happens to be a second net that you don't see, it could not get any worse. Like I tried to kill myself, but I got thwarted by 2 fucking nets.
This one's-
separate nets.
This one's 40 feet lower, so you do get a bit of a thunk when you hit it. You're like, it's like second fucking net.
It's like one of those jungle gyms for kids where you just keep falling through.
You're like fucking Rodney Dangerfield and Back to School. The last time
He did a triple Lindy, and the fucking seal saved his life.
he crushed a manatee. Oh boy! Speaking of crushed manatees, I'm not going to make that joke. That was inappropriate.
I didn't get to see a manatee at the aquarium.
Oh no!
A lot of sharks,
I'll jump in the
a lot
tub
of
for you.
shark action, a lot of rays. Rays are cool to see.
Yeah, man.
Did you get to touch him?
No, I didn't want to get my fucking arm wet down to my elbow. So
Yeah.
maybe when my baby has an arm long enough to do it, I'll join her. But until then,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to smell like fucking seawater for the rest of the day. It's on the first level.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stink for the rest of the day.
I know. One thing I like to do is I like to take 2 fingers, run it the length of a ray, and then put it up to my wife's nose.
While making eye contact with the employee
Yeah.
who tells you not to touch too hard.
They put a sign up after Mike. Just do not put this up to your person's nose.
Dude, that is very funny.
That's the worst part about being a ray. It's like you're just getting fingered for fun.
They like it.
I don't know if they like it. They tolerate it because they don't have hands.
They're like, oh, great.
That's why they killed Steve Irwins. You're just fed up with getting fingered.
Irwins.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that poor guy, man. God rest his soul. Beautiful wife who still rides out for him.
yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone on a fucking stingray blowing up mission for the rest of my life.
Oh, my God. Just putting little dynamites in their mouths. And oh,
I would have made cartel beheading videos with stingrays.
Single-handedly extinct the entire species.
They're fucking asshole mouths. Who do you think's next?
in the death pool of
Yeah.
2024, 25? What year is it?
Yeah, we're 2025.
Are we doing specifically Wild Men? I'm saying Jack Hanna's out.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking just Wild Man,
Oh, okay.
but
He's
I
already
mean,
dead then.
obviously the guy that everybody's had for the past fucking 5 years is Joe Biden.
Yeah.
He is ready for the Reaper.
Well, didn't he just get, what's his prognosis? Is it stage 4
I don't know.
cancer that he just
I
got
don't really pay
diagnosed
attention to
with?
shit like
It
that.
was pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on, man.
5 years. I'll be out of here in 2. Come on, Jack. Yeah, I think he probably won't even make it to the end of Trump's term. Yeah, that boy gone, man. His brain
That boy
done gone.
Who else we got, Jake?
I don't want to say
Say
names are coming to mind.
Say it. Come on, man.
I'm thinking like Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen.
I know,
But-
but you want it.
No, I don't want it to
You
happen.
feel it. You feel it because in your bones you want it, but you don't want it to say it.
Yeah. There's going to be a surprise one. Well, the guy from never mind.
George went.
Yeah, George Wendt just died.
Went to
Certainly
heaven.
did.
Yeah, he was not on mine. He was not on mine, but I guess I'll go with John Ratzenberger. I'll keep it in the NBC family.
Whoa. The Pierce family.
Let's see. Who do I have? I have a bad relationship with my mother still, so I'm going to pick a woman.
Oh no.
Like, science will refute that immediately. They live the longest.
Not the ones that I have in mind. I'm going to go.
Wait, someone that's already gonna die young. You're gonna take him even younger.
I'm going to go with Kesha.
Oh, my word.
Okay, yeah,
Poor Kesha.
And I'm gonna die young.
Tick tock on the clock.
Oh, man.
You know what? I'll be bold. I'll say I think Steven Seagal is coming up with some stuff.
I don't know, man. I think he's really. I think when a guy genuinely enjoys his life, it really does something for his lifespan. And he seems like he really gets off on being what he is.
I don't know if he gets off on it, but I don't know if he enjoys it. Like there's like a weirdness. Like, wasn't he just at like a Russian military parade like a week or two ago?
Yeah, but he's being lauded.
He is. You're
So
right.
I mean, I think he's got like a lot to live for.
You think it's just body shape that's
Yeah, I mean, he's a huge guy. Like, I mean, hey. Like
no, but he looks
6
like somebody stuck a car tire air filler in his mouth and then he just blew up and never inflated.
Yeah. I'm past the PSI level. He's at the PSI level, but he's probably like a foot taller than me. So like that's a big dude to keep running that long.
Why do you think Steven Seagal is 7 foot?
I think he's 7
He's a
foot.
big guy. I would say he's 6'4". I'm going to look
I would
it
say
up.
yeah. I think
That's
6'4",
you're
6'5".
6 foot. That's 4 inches.
Yeah, well, you're right. I guess. Damn, I gotta take care of myself, huh? I can't believe it just took until Steven Seagal to make me realize that
Sometimes you have to see Steven Seagal at his absolute worst to realize that.
I myself am under siege.
How old do you think Steven Seagal is?
72.
I think Steven Seagal is 69.
73.
Oh,
Jake, you're good at guessing.
yeah.
Oh, do you think he is?
73.
Fuck, man. You can't guess after you know. It's not fair. Did you get his height?
No.
How about his weight?
All right. How tall do you think he is?
I think he's no more than 6'4". I'll get.
6'5".
I was right on the money, just like you, John. 6'4".
I guess because you guessed that. Yeah, I'm actually pretty tired. I was up late last night trying to figure out how Tyler Perry would pronounce Kristen Chenoweth.
Kirsten.
That took me a while to get to bed after that.
You got it?
No, I couldn't figure it out, so I stayed up late. Try it again. You do it. You do it good.
Do you think it'll be Kirsten or do you think it'll be Crixton?
Crixton, probably.
Chenoweth?
Chernerworth.
Oh, yeah.
Chernerworth.
That's good.
Crixton Chernerworth. I'm not good at it. You seem like you're good at it.
You're a Men in Black demon.
Yes, I am. I can't get D'Onofrio out of my damn body just like that. Just like Edgar.
Jake, what do you want to promote, friend?
Oh, man. Come to, I don't know, next thing I do. And if you want to know the next thing I'm doing, check my Instagram. This is the worst sell I've ever done in my life.
No, I thought it was smooth until you'd second guess yourself.
At Jake Mattera, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And come to a show, man. How about you, John?
You do the same to me. Follow me at Johnny Delco, JONNYDELCO on Twitter and Instagram. And give Steven Seagal a follow.
Follow Jake home on the highway and see how much you can rile him up. See what he throws at you. Find something cool to throw at him. And then I would also look up John's information, too, and see what you can find out about him. And then knock up on his door and tell him you ignored the no soliciting sign deliberately just to bring him something he doesn't want. On top of that, too, thank you to everybody who's pre-ordered my book, Terrible Advice for Lovers. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, you can still squeeze in under the deadline. I'm giving everybody until June 3rd, at which point I'm going to pick a random order number live on Dad Meet on Tuesday, June 3rd, to pick the person who's going with me, all expenses paid, to Disney World April 17th to the 19th next year. I can't wait to pick that. On top of that, too, if you don't get picked, don't sweat it. You can still come to Disney World and hang with us. You just got to pay on your own dime. I can't wait to do that shit. It's going to be a ton of fun. My friend Drew Montana is going to be coming with us, too. On top of all that shit, check out my new podcast, Getting Some Head. I got interviews with these two knuckleheads, all the bros from Philly, Tim Butterly, Drew Montana, Naeem Ali, all the great guys. And on top of that, I got one coming out on Monday the 2nd with Dan Soder, which was really a fucking treat, man. So check that out. And if you're inclined to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/getinsomehead. And new stuff every week. A lot of nasty stuff. I've been doing a lot of sexual interviews with my boys for a segment called After Dark. That's on Getting Some Heads Patreon. On top of that, too, if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for being a patron of Little Stinkers. It's because you were able to do all the shit we do. If you're not a patron yet, please consider it. You can go to patreon.com/Little Stinkers. That's LILSTINKERS. Get every episode a week early. You get access to every live stream we do. You get audio for every live stream. The shit's ad-free. Every movie watch-along we do. Every book club meeting we do. Everything that we're doing, is accessible through the Patreon, and it's the clearest, most direct way to support the show. And on top of that, listen, I hope everybody's having the best Chris month you could have ever imagined.
I know I am.
It's been beyond my wildest expectations, and Chris month continues next week. Yeah, listen, we're
bonus Chris month.
Listen, a Chris month is not a typical month. Like, we're on 4 weeks of Chris month now. I feel like we're just even getting started.
Oh my word!
So it's going to keep going, baby. Just wait.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It really is, Jake.
Wow.
And yeah, aside from that, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you next week for the continuation of Chris month.
Thanks, everybody. Merry
See you
Christmas
guys.
to you.
Merry Chris month. There's so much fucked up shit to get into.
Stickers.